Good morning. It has been about a week. Wanted to take some time to say thank you for watching these videos. I'm sorry that I lack personality for some of y'all. Then get off my page. I really don't care. I'm here to actually help people that want to learn something or kind of remind themselves of something, or more or less share knowledge together in order for us to all grow in a more positive light, get control of our lives, get control of our finances, our futures, our passions, our kids, our world. um, Personally, if you don't like me, I don't give a crap. Again, as I said, I think the biggest thing I can tell you right now is that I'm doing these videos much earlier in the morning than some of you are even getting up. And I'm not meaning that to be negative. I'm just telling you that I'm putting my money where my mouth is and I'm working for it. And I'm also going to stop and sit down and share my information for free. I'm going to invest my time in you, your friends, your family, the people that are sitting here every single day trying to figure out how that they can find financial freedom, find freedom in their life, find passion, find their love, what they want to do. And so I'm going to pass along the knowledge. You don't like it? Get off my page. Again, last time I'll say it. Now let's get on with the video because I got a lot to cover. Since we've gone through the budgets, since we've gone through everything that we have established as an understanding that we need to get more financially educated, and then the importance of that budget and some tips in between, I'm going to give you some things today to kind of stick in your mind, think about, but then also research. Really, when I say research, this is really important. When I use this term, research everything. Don't take word of mouth. Don't take crap from people in the news. Don't take celebrities and what they tell you, or don't take these so on, so forth, financial gurus or whatever you want to call it. I am not a financial guru. I'm not an accountant. I'm a businessman. I I have a team of people that work for me in real estate. I help train for a company and help run another company. I have a lot of things going on in my life. Again, to sit down and spend the time to do this, I'm trying to pass forward knowledge that I use practically every day and others around me have used. And again, mentors of mine, etc., that have kind of helped them be successful. And again, I'm doing it for free. So keep this in your mind. Number one thing I want to share with you today is get Social Security as a future, as a part of your plan out of your head. The younger you are, again, I'm 33 years old. And again, some of you might be older, some of you might be younger watching this. That's all good. I love you all. I'm happy for anybody that's, enjoying these videos and learning something from them, or bettering themselves or furthering their research, putting their family in a better position. Wipe Social Security off the map. Get it out of your head. It's not going to be there, so don't plan for it to be there. That's number one key point thing. Now, again, I'm not a predictor of what's going to happen. I don't have some weird crystal ball, but it's not probably going to be there from everything I can read and research. Do your own research, but take that out of your head as it's going to be there. Second, keep in mind, education is always good. It's always good. Knowledge is power. So be careful on how much you spend on it, though. College today has become big business. Some of you may agree or disagree, but I never went to college, and I make more than enough money to be free with my life, do what I want to do. The people that control my life are people like you, my clients, my friends, my family. They're the ones that keep me in control. I don't have a boss per se. Everybody else is my boss, which is a set of freedoms many don't have, and it's truly a blessing for me. But I want others to have that if that's what you want to have. If you don't want to have those freedoms, that's great for me as well. But I support you either way. So I want to help you understand, don't spend too much money on education. Look at college, look at the alternatives, look at what you can do. Be careful on what you spend. I see a lot of people going broke before they've ever gotten a chance to start their job in their career field with their degree. Um, Again, this is all part of understanding that we've already passed the budgeting phase, understanding the importance of that and the discipline that it requires and some of the tips. So if you're catching this video, go back to my previous two videos and get a good thorough understanding, because these tips will make no sense to you without looking at those videos. So the last thing, not really the last thing, I got a few more things I want to share. I want to be a little bit overloading today because it will be more valuable to you all. Don't be ignorant about home loans. Now, see, this is in my field. I am a real estate agent. I am a real estate trainer. I am a real estate executive. I am, a lot of things in the real estate industry. And I can tell you, there is a lot of people that have no idea about home loans, what's the best fit for them financially, have no clue when they go in. That means that you need to pick a good loan officer, but also know a good financial advisor, an accountant, somebody that understands the math behind this and your plans. So merge these ideas together, but be very careful. Research on your own. Never walk into a room not understanding what somebody's talking about because you might be taken for a ride. Again, back to that research portion. Now, I hope you like this. I'm kind of speeding through this because some of y'all say that my videos are too long. So I'll go ahead and change this for you. Add a little bit more personality. That's naturally me. And maybe some of you will dislike me or whatever. But, I hope in the end, ultimately, you'll see the value in something I'm trying to provide for each and every one of you for free. I'm not asking you for nothing. I want to see you succeed. I think we can all win, and I think it's a little bit better in the end of the day at helping our world become a better place. So that's my mission. Like it, love it, hate it, toss it away. It's cool. I still love and support everybody. As long as you're not an evil, terrorist trying to kill us all, I'm pretty much understanding to the fact that we all live different lives. We're all a little bit different in the way we think. But it doesn't make us bad people. So next thing, don't overspend on your housing. Common knowledge would say 25% of your overall monthly income should be kind of the benchmark. No more, always less is good. But again, this is traditional wisdom that comes from a long, many years before me being on this earth, of kind of financial stability. Never spend more than 25% of your earnings on a house payment. Now, again, that's on your house mortgage payment. So keep that in your mind. Add that to your budget. If you're planning to buy a house, that's something that will help you out tremendously. But again, talk to your loan officers so they can kind of get you up to date on what the new laws federally and et cetera are, because they're the experts, or they should be. Some are not. Be very careful. Now, not understanding the scope of your debt. Now, again, go back. I've talked to you before about kind of planning and budgeting. Not understanding your debt can kill you just as much as not having a budget. There are many people today that will come into my office, say they want to buy a house, and say they really don't have much in debt, and then we pull up the credit report, get them with a loan officer, and boom, they got a bunch of debt they didn't know they had. So again, from an experience standpoint, this is something that means, a lot to us in as far as progression. It's one thing to get a budget together, but an accurate budget. But then understanding your debt and then starting to make a plan to pay down your debt. Nothing else matters after you set the budget than planning to get rid of the debt. You don't want to carry debt, but you also, big key here is once you get the debt down, keep the debt down, but then also save majority of your money and start investing it in your future, investing it in your knowledge. What I mean by that, investing it in more, schooling for you, a master's degree, or invested in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, your 401k, your IRA, invested in a rental home. There are many ways to do this. Invest in a new business. Take a look at this, but understand your debt first. Understand where you are and don't move anywhere else. Don't invest in anything else until you pay it down. That's my personal advice. I have done this now twice in my life. I will never do it a third time. And that's, again, from a personal standpoint, not a financial expert standpoint. Next thing, be honest. If you're married or if you're planning on getting married, share the financial responsibility with the other party. Whether they work or they don't work, each one of you has to have the same knowledge. Each one of you has to have the same goal. So this is very important in progressing and moving you forward and getting you to that goal in mind. But then also, don't forget, if you have kids, you got to account for them. Don't just account for them on taxes. Account for the idea. I think the last figure I got was about $15,500 annually it costs per child to take care of them. That's your housing portion for them. That's your health care portion for them. That's everything. So each kid accumulates about $15,500 a year. Now, some of you may sound shocking, but again, this is kind of from some national data statistics firms that I've read a bunch of this stuff. Again, it could be true or not true. I know my kids are expensive, and I think any parent that has kids can kind of attest to this. Your kids will make you broke if you let them. Don't let those cute faces have you spending a bunch of money on them. Invest in giving them financial knowledge so that in the future they have the same thing that you're learning right now, or maybe that you're being reminded of right now. Next thing, really important, again, it goes back to the budget and the debt. Once you get clear of the debt, And as you go, you need to start saving for an emergency fund. Now, you have to look at this plan as an individual. What I mean is an emergency fund. If you got called out of work, yeah, I know you see Aflac and all that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you actually having the money in a savings account, a CD, or something of that nature, a checking account. Get 6 months minimal of all of your expenses, every bill, everything that you spend, average it out, look at your budget, and put that in the bank and don't touch it. You'd like to get further than that. Once you get to 6 months, you can start to invest in other things. Again, some of this conventional wisdom I've gotten from Dave Ramsey to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, aka Robert Kiyosaki. Watch business owners like Mark Cuban or Kevin O'Leary and some of the Shark Tank people that everybody likes. Look, they have some sound financial understanding. Again, these people are much better off than I am. But again, I learn a lot from everybody. I think there is something to learn from everybody. So saving for an emergency fund means you have that there. So if you're out of work for a couple weeks, it doesn't hurt your family, and you're not pulling and creating a new debt. The next thing, don't finance major purchases, big TVs, appliances, home improvements. Don't rob Peter to pay Paul. Don't get charged an interest on doing this. This is a hard discipline. Save for it. Save for that stuff and save your money. Don't throw away the money. But and stop buying new. These two will kind of go together. Stop buying new stuff. New cars. Again, cars are not an asset. Things like this that degrade quickly in value, stop buying them new. I know a lot of people like to look at this as like this is the cool thing, but it's really not. Until you get to a place where that, $100 to you is really like $1,000,000, and you can kind of have that expendable cash. I would never tell you to go do this. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses, as I've said in a previous video, because this will just hurt you and your family and your financial future. So stop buying new, and then make sure you have a good discipline at not financing major expenses, etc. Now, again, I'm sorry I'm running this long, so I'm kind of going to cut this here. Stop relying on one source of income. That'll be the last thing that I give you. Start finding a side business. Start finding something else that you can invest your time and money into that'll pay you back. That'll also increase the financial stability of your home. So, for instance, if you're good at arts and crafts, like my wife, she started a business doing personalized artwork pieces on wood, which is very difficult. It takes her a lot of time, but she's not charging people a lot of money. She's passionate about it. She's great at it, and it works well for her. Some people are good at, buying wholesale license and selling things on eBay or Amazon.com as a side gig. Some people clean houses, whatever, figure out another side gig. So again, I hope all these tips are helpful. Do some research on them. Ask me some questions. Tag in somebody. Ask the question. Like it. Share it. Get it out there. Let other people be helped out by this as well as you are. And hopefully I can keep creating these. Excuse me for my quick tongue this morning. I'm trying to get this video over. Hopefully this can help you, help somebody, help your family. At least start to get the idea and start writing it down, start researching on your own. If anything else, I want to help everybody get there. It's very passionate for me because I did not come from a solid financial background. I love you, Mom. Dad, rest in peace to you. Neither one of y'all had financial background, but I've learned it through my own trial and error and pain and learning from mentors and, my accountants and friends that are financial advisors and people much better off financially than I am, but they've helped me grow to get to that consistency where I'm growing every day with it. So I want to keep passing it on to you. So again, like it, share it, comment on it. Happy to answer any questions. I'll keep making these videos. Again, this is a series of videos I'm going to keep trying to put together, keep coming up with new content to give you. Thank you very much for supporting this and sharing it and liking it and commenting on it, because not only are you helping me get better at this for you, but you're helping other people, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. Thank you again. Look forward to talking to you soon.